What's up, Digidestineds? This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today we're going to be going over the anti-meta list that's been popping up on my channel quite a bit that you guys saw for a week straight. I figured this would be a great time to show it off because people are still asking about it. The deck works phenomenally because of the fact is it counters the OTK. Mostly the top two decks are OTK strategies, so if you can prevent them from going off, it's fantastic. And then the other half of it is security, where it's basically you just swing in a few times, and as long as your Digimon survives and you can get a 1-for-1 deal out of it and constantly get like 2 Digimon out of it, the deck just holds its own. So I want to thank Vincent and aka Hayes for showing off this deck during that testing session, and let's dive right in and see what this deck can do. So let's go over it, boys and girls. Here is the Yellow Wargreymon anti-meta deck that I was talking about, and you saw on my channel many occasions. It's a really powerfully strong deck that is just crazy good. So first off, we do play Shayoukamon. Shayoukamon is when your opponent's Digimon is moved from the breeding area, that Digimon gets minus 3000 DP, and all your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3000 DP. So being able to minus 3 security checks, that means, you know, doesn't matter what they're swinging into, that shuts them down pretty quickly. The only deck this really does struggle against, in my opinion, is the Black Royal Knights, because that deck is just crazy strong, and Jessamon. If you can get Shayoukamon and Yellow Wargreymon out as soon as possible, that deck crumbles to this deck very quickly for Jessamon. But Black just has a lot of tamers that just get a little bit higher than our minusing DP can get to, and that might not be in our favor, and that kind of puts us back plays that we don't want to do, because when they're higher in DP, we're not hitting those magic numbers, and this deck's all about magic numbers. So guys, let's keep diving in. Let's see what else this deck has in store, right? So next we do have Yellow Wargreymon. This is another boss Digimon that we play, because when attacking, you may add the top card of our deck to our security stack to our hand, and then unsuspend this Digimon to have one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 6000 DP, and it restands. This thing can minus 6000 DP. It can play 2 Digimon a turn if you have Angelwomon underneath it, and if you have Wargreymon, that could mean a 10,000 DP Digimon going bye-bye. So that's huge for us, because then we subtract enough and then we can just remove it. It definitely stops Lord Nightmon. It can slow down Jessamon. It can just take care of any big threats that we might deal with. So that's why we really like it a lot. So let's keep going over it. Next, we do have Mastamon. Mastamon has so many great targets in this deck to play for free. It's not even funny. So when Digivolving trash one of the top cards of both player security stacks, which is really good because it takes one from us, but we get a Digimon out of that trade, and if it hits the right Digimon, we can plus so much value out of it. It's not even funny. And then your opponent's losing 1 security, and that's 1 free damage in a turn. Our goal is to take out security pretty quickly, and Mastamon just helps that do that. And it also helps against the security control matchup that we might face heavily. There are a lot of targets that we don't want to hit, but Mastamon at least shuts it down, and we could get a Bushiagamon to get in that fast-paced swing that we want. So guys, definitely don't sleep on this line. I think this is a very powerful line that Hayes used, and I really do appreciate him showing us. Then we have Angelwomon for when you have 3 security cards or less, trigger recovery +1. It's very important to just recover the health that we lose. We're normally going to sit at 3, which is very hard against certain matchups to be just sitting at 3 comfortably. It's not like the old sets where they just could just walk off with it. This one definitely slows us. It'll definitely help us stay in the game a little bit longer, because we don't have to deal with the OTKs as much, because Shayoukamon is in here. Shayoukamon. I'm gonna mess that name up all day. Then we have Wargreymon being Digiburst 2. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP, which is really good to be able to, as I mentioned with Wargreymon, combo it off. Now your opponent loses so much of a 10k, or it could lose out a rookie or anything like that they didn't want to lose, and that gets their blocker closer to death, stuff like that. And it helps against Jessamon because Jessamon's blockers aren't that powerful, so definitely don't sleep on this card. And then if you have 3 or fewer security, this Digimon gets plus 1,000 DP, making Wargreymon 12k. A lot of decks are back to that 11k boss Digimon again, which is very interesting, and that could help us in our favor. Then we also have Angelwomon. So when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2 security checks. That's huge for us because that means they're not swinging in with us at us, and we're not taking too much damage. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to mitigate damage and mitigate OTK combo possibilities. And then when attacking, if you have 3 or fewer securities, you may play 1 yellow level 3 Digimon from your hand without paying its memory cost. That's huge. Our whole lineup is going to plus us in the level 3 department. It's not even funny. Then we also have Unimon. Unimon is our blocker, and that's pretty good because when attacking, you lose 2 memory, but it's just our blocker, and it's a 6,000 DP. That helps it survive a little bit better than the 5,000 DP. We're not playing like Lord Nightmon, so that we can have both sitting in there. We want to use this card, 8mon. 8mon is massive in this meta because a lot of stuff doesn't have this high level of Digimon attacks. So the only thing that's going to die to is usually megas or higher or an option. So that means usually this Digimon can clear out a few security by himself at this low level, and it can help memory choke our opponent, especially going second if they give us just 1. It just means that we're going to give them 1 back, and that could mean we go in our ultimate very easily. Then we have Tarumon, the bunny that is very awesome for the 1 cost evolve. He's a 6,000 DP. He's about just 1 cost evolving all day long. That's all his objective is his only purpose in life. Then Pulsemon is in here. So if we have 3 or fewer security, trigger draw, gain 1 memory. If we have 3 or more, draw 1. If we're at 3 on the nose, we get a draw and memory gain 1. That is how we want to play that, but you can play it early and get some advantage to help dig, and which is not bad. Then we also have Patamon. This Patamon is the promo Patamon that if you have 1 or fewer security cards, trigger recovery +1 from for your deck. It's huge. Being able to, if we're at 1 security after we use Mastamon, we can just play this and go back to 2. That's massive, and that could get us some game wins in ourselves. Then we also have Starmons to help remove board threats on top of it, because again, Wargreymon into Wargreymon, that's only 10,000 DP, but we can kill a 12k by slapping down a Starmon with, just swinging. After swinging and stuff like that, and we want to just slap down Starmon, 12k, bye-bye. It doesn't stand a chance, and it just doesn't have the power behind it. Then you have Bushy Agumon in here for that rush combo that you can play by using Angelwomon. Just swing with Wargreymon, restand, play Bushy, game. It's pretty much what the Tamer evolving Digimon do, the hybrids that want to Digivolve on top of Tamers. This just helps mitigate that. Then we have Koromon in here. So when attacking, if you have 3 or fewer security, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1,000 DP. This can help because now that's 9k. I mean 11k. That kills mostly anything on board state. Again, and then we also play Upamon for, if we have 3 or less security, draw 1. It's not bad. You can play this Pikmon to guarantee all minusing, but that's not bad at all. We also play 3 TK because TK is nuts broken in yellow, because hey, if you have 2 or less memory, set it to 3. That's massive. We play on 3 besides Mastamon. And then look at your security, add a yellow. Done. That's, you need a rookie, hey, it's in here, grab it. If you needed this, it's like picking from your second hand, and you just gain so much advantage out of it. Then Wyvern's Breath. Wyvern's Breath is pretty much Gaia Force on legs for yellow. This at least shuts down anything that has on deletion by card effects. So the only thing that really does not activate is Digimon. But hey, 15,000 DP kills about everything. So that's huge for us. And then we have Blinding Ray. Just being Blinding Ray. Blinding Ray just gains, trash the top card of our security, then gain 2 memory, which comes up so much because that means we play at 5. That could mean we could Digivolve up a few more times. 2 Blinding Rays could mean anything for us, and that's huge. And then here's some options you could definitely play. Cutemon, if you are in a heavy green meta, splash it in just to slow down your opponent, their reduced costs, or even if you're seeing a lot of Imperial Dramon for no reason, definitely use Cutemon. Then you could definitely play Tapirmon. It's a lot slower when a card is removed from your security stack, trigger draw 1. This card could be if you don't have the Pulsemons, the promo Pulsemons, but they're kind of getting a lot easier to get your hands on, so not terrible. Then this Pulsemon is really good, so you may trash the top security card until there are 3 remaining and gain 1 memory for each card discard. This card could come in for 1 security very easily going first, and then you can Digivolve up into crazy things. And then Inheritable Wall, you have 3 security. This Digimon gains jamming. So this could make it so our Wargreymon swings in with jamming for free, which is huge. If you want to go play Kentaurismon, splash in Kodomon, because you may return 1 Kentauris from your trash to the bottom of your deck to trigger recovery +1, which is huge when you play this for 3 or get played off of the Angelwomon. So it's another option to get us some recovery in our deck. And on deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP, allowing us, if we have Koltemon under Kentauris, that means a 12k Digimon dies instantly. We have Wizardmon in here, so once per turn, when a card is removed from your security stack, gain 1 memory. This is huge. If you want to play Wizardmon, you definitely can, because now it lets you stay your turn even further. And that's a free memory that if Yellow Wargreymon is attacking, that means you gain an extra memory, and that means it can keep your turn for a little bit longer. You could do Mimicmon as well. So if you're at 3 for your security, gain 2 memory. This combos well with Mastamon just to try to keep it your turn and just annoy your opponent a lot more. You could definitely play Bulkmon. So while you have 3 or more security cards, the Digimon gains security +1. So, I mean, this thing can do aggro with this Pulsemon combo and just take out a couple securities real quick while jamming. Your opponent just doesn't stand a chance unless they remove it quickly. You could definitely play the Ridemyavatar so that if you have a Tamer in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP, making it a lot easier to kill things. So it's another option that you might want, but the Digibursting 2 to play a Tamer for free and have its effect activate is huge for us. Then you have Slash Angemon being Slash Angemon. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8000 DP. It's a very good solid tech choice if you want to just guarantee with your Wargreymon, Digiburst, remove something big. That can always help out. Kentaurismon is the combo with the Kodemon, because again, up to 5 of your opponent's Digimon gain minus security attack 2. And until your opponent's next turn, this could help you survive. And this is an anti-meta pick, because it depends on how it goes. Your opponent is going too wide and you're facing a lot of Rookie Rush. I mean, the Commandramon Rush, you can just use this and shut down your opponent all day long. Another great option is Dynastamon. So you may trash the top card of your security stack to reveal the top 6 of your cards, add up to 2 level 6 or lower Digimon cards from among them to your hand, trash the remaining cards all turns once per turn. When a card is removed from your security stack, if you have 3 or fewer security, trigger draw, recovery +1. So this helps keep you in the game a lot longer, and this combos quite well with the Wargreymon if you want to. It's a little bit slower, a little more bulkier to go off, and you're going to be, this is meant for like drawing out games, but hey, that's all on you. You could definitely play Boulder Arm to help board wipe, because again, activate the following effect twice, minus 1000 DP, 7000 DP to one of your opponent's Digimon. That means 14,000 Digimon gone, majority of the ultimates gone, majority of the all champions gone, all rookies gone very easily, just control. And then on deletion, gain 3 memory. Very good picks. You could definitely play the yellow memory booster, but I feel like it's a little slow for this deck. We just kind of just do everything how we want. You could definitely play TK and Kyrie. This helps out, so if your security stack is fewer than your opponent, especially us, we're going to be trying to sit at 3 while they're at 4 to 5, or we're going to start knocking them down. Boom, we're just kind of just taking them for the ride. And when your yellow Digimon attacks, you may suspend this tamer and give one of your opponent's Digimon minus 1000 DP. That makes it super easy to just get magic numbers that we want. And then you could definitely play Eden's Javelin if you don't have Wyvern's Breath. Eden's Javelin just triggers draw +1. Then one of your Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for each card in your hand for the turn, which is massive to us. We like that kind of thing. We want to be able to subtract security. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the anti-meta by Hayes, or aka Vincent. So definitely, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!